So are you tired of your Selenium scripts are failing on complex user actions like drag and drop, right click or hover? You are not alone. So in this video, I'll show you how to master action class in Selenium and automate any user interaction you can imagine. So you have seen, like in Selenium script, we may need to perform different actions like Ctrl, Alt, Delete, Ctrl X, Ctrl V or Ctrl S, Alt, Shift Z. So these are the different actions we need to perform. Even we need to perform like scroll, then pen action, wheel actions. So all these are provided by the action class. Okay. So what is action class in Selenium? Okay. So action class is a part of Selenium WebDriver and it used to simulate complex user interactions. Okay. So if you want to perform any mouse movement, like manually you deal with mouse movement, right? So you drag and drop, scroll. So all these you can do using the action class. So key press. Okay, so whatever the keyboard action you perform manually, same thing you can do using the automation also in the Selenium, and that is using the actions class. Even like drag and drop, or if you want to do scrolling or touch or pen actions via pointer input. So it follows the builder pattern and allow you to chain multiple actions and perform them in a sequence using like build.perform or just perform. So what is meant by chain of actions, right? So if you press Ctrl Alt Delete, so these are the three different key we are pressing together and we are creating the sequence of these keys in Selenium using the action class, and we are performing this action or we are simulating or automating this action. Okay, so this is how like the code will look like in the Selenium Java. We'll be creating object of actions, action equal to new actions. We'll be providing the driver instance, and then on the actions we have different methods available. For example, move to element, and we'll give the element, and then click action and perform. Okay, so what are the different actions are available inside the action class? So we have a keyboard actions available. So inside keyboard actions we have keyDown, it take the character sequence key. Okay, we have keyDown again, which is overridden method, and it take two parameters, one is target element and character sequence. So what is meant by first one, keyDown? Okay, the meaning of this method is it will press your key on the keyboard. Okay, it will not release, it will just press. Okay, and the char sequence, like let's say keyDown, and this keyDown method will take like keys dot, there is a keys enum available, we'll see in the practical, and we can pass any key, A, B, C, D, Shift, Control, any key on the keyboard. And similarly, if you want to press that key action on specific element, we can pass the web element as a first parameter. If you see on the second here, you can pass this first as a element. Then we have keyUp. In keyUp also we have two methods. One is we'll just take the key, okay, and second is element, web element and char sequence. So keyUp means it we will release the key. Okay, whatever the key we have pressed, we will release. And we have a sendKeys method also available in the action class. Like similarly, you may have seen inside web element also, right? Similar, we have sendKeys available here. Send key press to the currently focused element, and we have a sendKeys with two parameters. One take web element and another take a char sequence. So this method will send key to a specific element. So what are the mouse actions available? So we have lots of mouse actions available. So these also will be seen. So I'll be creating multiple videos for this action class, because in one session it will be very lengthy video. So in this session we will cover some part, in next video we'll cover another part. Okay, so in mouse action we have click with web element parameter, double click, then again double click, also take the web element, click and hold. Okay, release. Then we have context click. We will see everything in detail, like what is meant by context click, what is normal click. Okay, then we have move to method, move by offset, move to location, drag and drop, and pause also. Okay, apart from that we have a pin actions. wheel actions, like on the mouse we have wheel button, right? So using that also we perform some action and utility method. So what are the pane actions available, right? Set active pointer, create pointer down, create pointer up, create pointer move, and tick. Inside view we have scroll to elements, scroll by amount, scroll from origin, and set active wheel, get active wheel. And in utility we have like tick, build, perform, set active keyboard, set active pointer. Okay, so these are the different methods available in the utility. Okay, so let's move to the practical thing. So I have created one Selenium project inside the IntelliJ IDEA, and I have added the Selenium dependency also. If you see here, like I am using the Selenium 4.32 version, and let me create a one class, action class demo. Okay, and inside this I'll write the script. Inside this action class demo I'll create main method, and inside main method let me create Chrome instance. So I'll write WebDriver, which is interface in Selenium WebDriver, driver equal to new Chrome driver. So this will create a Chrome driver instance, and using this driver now I can navigate to application. So I'll write here driver.get and navigate to this application. So we'll be using this application. So I'll show you that application also. This is the application, and here we have an input box, and if I press any key that will appear on the down in the table. Let's say if I press A, B, C. If you see here, if I press A key, so it is showing key down. Key down means we are pressing the key, and which key we are pressing? A, and its code actually, key code. So for A character the code is 65. Then internally it perform multiple actions like 2, 3, 4, and fifth is we have released that key. Okay, so that's what it is showing here. So we'll be typing in this, performing keyboard actions on this website so that we can see. Let's say if I press Shift+A, it is showing key down, shift, then we have press A, right? And similarly it got released also, we have released also. So it is showing all these actions so that we can see what is happening. Okay, let me go to IntelliJ, and let me maximize this, maximize browser. So for that we'll be using driver.manage.window.maximize, and after that we will perform the actions. Okay, different actions. So let's start with the keyboard action. Okay, and then I'll wait for 15 seconds so that we can see on the UI also which key is pressed, and for that I will use thread.sleep 15,000. So here this throws an exception. Okay, either you need to add in try catch block or throw exception. So IntelliJ will give that option to you, like either add exception or surround with try and catch block. So let me surround with try and catch block, and finally we will close browser using driver.close. Okay, so let's start with like first action. So first I will try to perform a simple action. So let's say Shift+A, and the output we should get is A. Okay, when we press Shift plus small a, it should print in capital A. Okay, so this is what we are trying to do. Is I'll write now here actions. Okay, so first thing is there are action available in the Java Swing. So please import it from the proper package, otherwise you will not get all the methods of actions class. Okay, so we have to import actions, not action. Okay, so in Selenium also there is action, but it is interface. One is interface and one is a class. So we have to use this actions class, give some name, action equal to new actions, and inside this we have to provide the driver. Okay, so whatever the driver we created, Chrome driver, so that we are providing here. Don't close this statement here, and now we will get a different method. Okay, so these are the methods are provided by action class. Okay, so if you want to press some key, you will be using the key down, and if you want to release any key, you will be using the key up. Okay, so these are the mostly used method. So let me press key down. Now there is a keys enum available. Okay, enum, inside enum we have all the keys available. Okay, F1 to F12, all the enter, shift, control, alt. Okay, A B C D, everything is there. So I want to press shift, right? Then I want to type A, right? So for that you can use simple send keys also. Okay, so we have a send keys available on web element also. We can do the send keys to type something, and here also we can use with the actions also. And finally we need to call a perform method, so then it execute that those actions. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what we are doing, we are creating object here, so you can close it here and then use here actions. Okay, dot. Okay, so we can call actions dot. This is how we can use, or we can write in one line also, but for that we need to remove this side and you can use it directly also. Okay, the way I have written earlier. So this is the way we can write. Okay, new actions driver, we are not closing this, and we are pressing the shift and A key, and then we are waiting for 15 seconds. So it should print capital A. This is what we are expecting, right? So let's run it and see if we are able to simulate the keyboard actions. So it launched the browser, and if you see, capital A is printed there, right? And it is showing the, it press key down, and key up also. Okay, but if you see the shift key we have pressed, that is not released, right? Shift key is not released. So if I run it again, so key down and shift, so shift key is pressed but it is not released, whereas A key is pressed because we are using send keys will just type and release also. Okay, key up is also perform. So how to remove that whatever the key we have pressed? So for that, after I type, I'll write here key up, Keys.SHIFT, and this key up method will release that. Here we are pressing shift and then A, and then we are releasing also. Now this should release also, so that actions will get performed, right? And here now if you see, shift is released also, red color you see here, right? So that's how it works. So using this website, it is very easy to understand, okay, what is happening internally, right? Sometime what happen, you press shift but you forgot to release it, and it will be like, it will be pressed only until you are not creating new action. Okay, so I have seen many people, they create action object, they perform action, and they don't release that key, and they face some issues, right? Okay, so this is very simple example we have seen how to press key combination like Shift+A. Okay, now let's move to the another example. Now this time I want to use different methods. Okay, so let's take an example, Ctrl+Shift+Delete. Okay, I want to perform this action. So how we can perform using the action class, right? New actions, and this take driver, then we will use key down. So what key we are pressing now? So first we have to press control, right? So Keys.CONTROL is there. Okay, so it's so there are like different ways, so which operating system you are using, right? So in Windows we will have control, but if you are using Mac, we'll have command, okay, and option, right? So let me try it. Key down, Keys.SHIFT. Okay, and finally I want to press key down, Keys.Delete, and you see all the methods are there. Okay, delete, and finally you will write perform, but we have pressed but we have not released. Okay, so if you want to Ctrl+Alt delete and then release this key also, So you can just copy paste these 3 lines here and write here keyUp instead of keyDown. So I'm just writing keyUp here also, and here also. Okay, so let's see if we are able to execute this key combination. And if you see here, keyDown, keyDown, keyDown 3 times, shift, okay, Control, Shift and delete. You see here key is delete, and then similarly we have released those key also. Okay, so these are the very simple basic example we have seen. Okay, in next we will see some other example. So we have seen like different way to perform the keyboard actions. So we can perform different key combinations also, like Shift+A, Shift plus Control Shift delete. Okay, similarly you can use sendKeys also inside that one. Okay, so now we will see another example related to mouse actions. Okay, so for that I'll create another class and name it mouse actions demo. Mouse actions demo. Okay, so we already written the code to create Chrome instance, everything. So I'll take the existing block of code and we will reuse it. Okay, so inside this class let me paste it and remove this part because we'll be performing mouse actions. Okay, and this time we'll take the website, this one, selenium.dev, and here we have some example, and let's see what we are going to do on this website using the mouse actions. Okay, so what I will do, like I'll go refresh this page and this is how it will look, and you see like it will show, it is showing like mouse location also. You see absolute location. So we can get the this value also, where is my mouse, and then we will perform some action like move mouse to some element and get the coordinates. Okay, that also we can do. Even in this test, what I am going to demonstrate is like click and hold method. Okay, which is available in the Selenium actions class. Okay, so on this input box, if I click, you see it is coming the text focus, and that's what I want to verify. Okay, and okay, so first we need the locator for this one, right? So if I inspect this input box, it has ID, right, clickable. Okay, and that's what I will capture first. Okay, so web element input equal to driver dot find element by ID and put here clickable. Okay, and then create a action class, new actions, provide the driver, then we can call the method click and hold. Okay, but there are 2 methods for click and hold also. So if you see here, click and hold, one take like elements, target element. So in the target element we will provide this input box. So what will happen, like our mouse will be move to that element. Okay, mouse will click, we are doing click and hold, we are clicking on that input box and waiting. Okay, so if you want, you can add pause also. Okay, so there is a pause method. So if you want to wait for some time, let's say of second 5 seconds I want to wait, and then perform action. Okay, so perform the sequence of action. So these actions will get performed. Now once this is done, I want to get the status also. Okay, so this status, like, so I want to verify this text. So this text should appear, right? So for this one, like the ID is click status, right? So I'll take another element, web element status equal to driver dot find element by ID status, right? So then I will use the testng assertion. So I already added the testng package in the pom.xml. So assert equal, so first parameter is actual and second is expected. So actual is status dot get text and expected is focused. So just copy this text and paste it here. So we are verifying. So when we perform this action, Okay, this text should appear and we are validating that text. Okay, so let me right click and run this one. So let's see the output now. So it launched the browser, navigating to website. It will do the maximize also. Then it click there, you see the cursor is there, it is still holding under clickable, and we have put some wait also, right, 15 seconds after that. So it is still waiting, so we will reduce that time also because we don't need like 15 seconds here. But if you see, like the pipe symbol is showing inside that box and the test is passed. Okay, test is passed. So now I'll just reduce this time to 5000, means 5 seconds again. So here also we are putting 5 seconds here also. Okay, and that's how like we are able to move to that particular input box and hold it. Okay, so next example we are going to see is like there is a link, right, click for result. So we will be clicking on it, so and that's it. So we should see this text, right? So for this one, if you see, like we can verify this title contains result page.html, right? So by default it is mouse interaction, but after we click, like we have this one, right? So I want to validate this. So when we perform click, what actually happen, it perform two actions, like click and release, both actions is performed, right? So that we will see now. So inspect this link and find the locator for this, and it has a id as a click, right? So let me take this one, go to second example. So this is click and release example. Okay, so here I will create new web element, link equal to driver dot find element by id, and provide the id here. Then we will create a new actions driver, and here we will use the method click, and where we want to click on the link, and then dot perform. Okay, so after this I will do the verification, and for that I will use assert dot assert true, assert true, and we have to put a boolean condition. So what I can do, I can get the current URL, get current URL dot contains, and I will check if this contains the text, URL contains the text, right? So if I click here, it should contain result page.html. so this is what I am going to verify and put it here. Okay, so this will verify the contents of the URL, and that's how we are like doing the click and release operation. So it will click also and release also. So let me run this one. And okay, this is first action, it doing click and hold on the input box, it navigated there. Okay, and let's see, we are waiting for 5 seconds after that, and our test is passed. If I do double click, you see it is showing double clicked, and that's how we will see like how to do the double click also. So let me go to this example. I think here I will add double click. So here I will write new actions driver, and then use double click on the element, and this time also I'll be clicking on this input box, and then dot perform. Okay, once I double click, I want to assert equals actual is input, sorry, status dot get text, and this time the text should be double clicked, right? So this is the text. If I put something else, it should fail. Okay, now let me run it. So 3 examples. First is like focused, we are just doing click and hold there, so it is showing focused. Then we clicked here. Okay, we need to go back also, right? So I forgot that, so I'm doing it manually currently, and then we should it should do double click, right? So we need to do back also. Okay, so our test will fail. So once we verify this one, okay, then you can use the method driver dot manage dot driver dot navigate dot back. Okay, so we are navigating back, and then we are performing this double click because we need to go back to the main page. So this is first one, focused, second example, and this is third example. Okay, it did very fast, and we are able to see the double click also, and our test is passed. So this is how like we can perform the double click action. Okay, so we will see there are different examples around this one, but okay, so we will stop here in this video. We'll create another part of this video, which is part 2, and there we will cover the we will continue with this mouse actions. Thank you.